Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 20 online CFM game. We are now in week 15 of the 2022 season here in the Premier Madden League, and our Miami Dolphins, by some miracle, are coming off of a victory last week against the Cleveland Browns. Of course, that game was an instant classic, and our Dolphins tried everything in the book to lose that game, but we managed to squeak it out in OT somehow, and thus, our chase for a first-round bye in the AFC Conference is still very well alive. Our Dolphins still control our own destiny. It's just that we pretty much have to win out for the rest of the season to make sure we are a top 2 seed in the AFC Conference. Right now, it is a 4-team race for one of those top 2 seeds between ourselves and the Oakland Raiders, who have 3 losses right now, and then the Baltimore Ravens and our opponent next week, the Los Angeles Chargers, who have 4 losses. And especially with the Ravens being one of the teams with 4 losses that we lost to earlier this season, you know, the last thing we want to do is tie with them because they had the tiebreaker over us. So, you know, we control our own destiny, but we're kind of walking on pins and needles. We drop one game and, you know, we have to play wildcard weekend, and we don't want that. And our schedule is pretty tough to end this season. We have back-to-back Sunday night football games, including today against the 7-6 Indianapolis Colts, the current leaders in the AFC South Division, a team that we play every single season. And once again, Dolphins versus Colts is underway. The Dolphins entering with a 10-3 record, the Colts 7-6. And despite that not-so-great record, the Colts not only are running free right now with Andrew Killens, they are in control of their division. They like all but have that AFC South clinch because the rest of their division opponents not that great. Of course, our Dolphins, as we get a sack here on second down, we're sitting pretty well as far as, you know, we have clinched our division as well, the AFC East. But, you know, we got our eyes on a bigger prize right now. As we get the stop, they're down 25, just check it down, fine by me. Sanchez punts the ball, and it's going to be a pretty good punt here. We're going to start pretty deep in our own territory, at our own 10, as we start off with Saquon Barkley. Now, last week against the Cleveland Browns in the snow, I feel like we relied on Saquon Barkley a little bit too much. And part of that was just in my head that, you know, we're playing in the snow. We don't want to, you know, throw the game away by having inaccurate passes. That's definitely an accurate pass. That's a dot. That's Chris Godwin in the end zone for the touchdown. So the goal this week is to at least balance the offense out and make sure we have some good passing plays and, you know, try to actually pass the ball somewhat decently, because last week was a complete train wreck to the point where, you know, I feel like I over-relied on Saquon Barkley, and, you know, when that run game started getting stopped a little bit, maybe we came in a bit too confident after the previous game against the Steelers when Saquon ran for 200 yards. But yeah, once Saquon got boxed, it was like kind of a disaster when we try to pass the ball. That might be a disaster because that is a flag, and it looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference, wiping away an interception, but the flag is actually a very, very late holding penalty. I don't know how in the world they call it that late, especially on Quentin Nelson of all people, but hey, I'll take it. I got down with Caden Stearns because I thought that was defensive pass interference. I was like, all right, I don't even want to waste people's stamina and stuff like that. So here we are, 3rd down and 8, trying to capitalize off the turnover, and we are looking for DeAndre Hopkins. And Nuke making his 2nd catch early on. A great start for Khalil Tate, looking to answer back our opening drive touchdown, get another one here. Tate with the ball in the corner, and that's a hot one to Jakeem Grant. Khalil Tate is locked in right now, and then he was sprinkling a little bit of Saquon Barkley, who finds the end zone, and right now the Dolphins are rolling. And this is the way I feel like our team should be playing. Like the way we played against the Steelers 2 weeks ago when, you know, yeah, Saquon ran for 200 yards, but we started that game off with Khalil Tate and the offense really firing and connecting a lot of passes. And we just have to find that balance. So, you know, once teams realize, yeah, we can pass this rock, then we hit them with a little bit of Saquon Barkley when they come out in nickel and dime as McMillan gets the interception. Raekwon McMillan gotta beat Aaron Rodgers, and oh, he knifes his way in for 6. Raekwon McMillan in the end zone, and these Dolphins have completely pulled a 180 after the previous week's performance against the Cleveland Browns. And, you know, there's been so much to cover pregame that I haven't even gotten a chance to mention that, yes, that is Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback position for the Indianapolis Colts. Rodgers got cut in the offseason by the Green Bay Packers, looking to go younger at quarterback. The Colts, meanwhile, they've been a Super Bowl contending team. They've actually made the Super Bowl in the first season of this CFM as Caden Stearns Oh, man, an on-fire Caden Stearns. That is not the guy you want to mess with. The Colts are lucky that didn't get picked off. Nonetheless, 3 and out. They punt the ball, and our red-hot Dolphins take the field. But, yeah, Aaron Rodgers trying to help a team with a Super Bowl window still open. He signs with them. Pretty good fit, but right now the Colts are on the verge of getting flooded as Kalen Ballage gets the catch. Ballage with the first down, and look at him go. Oh, no. Down they go. Clean up in aisle 4. Kalen Ballage has turned this into a sloppy blowout, and he's taking a nap on them. We are sleeping on the Colts. 28 first quarter points. Complete night and day difference from what we were doing last week, and that might have been one of the most impressive performances by our Dolphins in a quarter in this entire CFM. Maybe the most impressive quarter we have put together, considering the opponent, the circumstances, all of that. That was insane. Here's Christian Wilkins getting his 2nd sack. Christian Wilkins continuing to do his thing. And it just feels like, we got like we used to talk about who's the hot hand at the running back position. Now it's all about who's the hot hand on the defensive line between Malik Harrison, Derek Brown, and Christian Wilkins. And it's all good right now for our Dolphins. We forced the punt here. Not going to return that. Let that be a touchback. Thank you very much, Brashad Perriman. And, the Colts got a nice play on 3rd down, but we were willing to give that up, obviously. It was 3rd down and long, didn't get the first down. I thought they might go for it down this much, but they punt the ball here and try to rely on their defense a little bit, which might be a good idea for throwing passes like that. Trying to go downfield for Godwin. The deep play did not work out for us. Now it's 3rd down and 9. Tate with time. Tate downfield. That's Godwin again. And this time we rightfully get intercepted. That's going to be Kenny Moore coming up with the INT. It was 3rd down and long, though, so that's essentially a punt for us. Oh, Caden Stearns bopped him. Andrew Killen, say goodnight. And the ball right back to these Dolphins who can do no wrong right now. Even when we throw the interception, we get the ball right back in the position where we threw the interception. As we give it to Saquon Barkley there, 3rd down and 5. Khalil Tate looking to pass, and look at the pocket. He's stepping up, and he's sliding down for the first down. Khalil Tate using his mobility. Next play, looking for Hopkins. No, it's Rucker, and thankfully that was not intercepted. Right now, we're actually getting a bit too bold with these passes, maybe a bit too confident with the way we're slinging this rock right now. We gotta take it down a notch if that's possible, because we don't want to throw the game away up 28-0, but at the same time we gotta keep that fire lit under our butts, because we're playing like this, man. We can't stop. Like, this is the way we need to be playing at all times. Every single week, come out with this, killer mindset. I feel like that's more of what we came out with this week. Sometimes, especially as a Super Bowl champion, defending Super Bowl champions, our Dolphins sometimes they come out in the game a little bit flat, and when you are the defending Super Bowl champion, you got a target on your back. Everybody's gonna give you their A game. I mean, everybody pretty much gives us our A game anyways. We've been a top team in the CFM since day one. We got the YouTube channel and all that, so people don't want to get embarrassed on the tube. But when you're the defending Super Bowl champion, it's a whole different kind of A game. As Caden Stearns lurking, that should have been Stearns' 2nd interception of the game. Aaron Rodgers looks like he wants to go to early retirement right now. Oh, Bryce Hall with perfect coverage. I haven't shaded outside, but he somehow gets the catch with Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell definitely the main target, so we're trying to keep all eyes on him as Wilson. I believe that's Quincy Wilson making the catch to the 21-yard line. Best passing play of the day by far for Aaron Rodgers. That might be one of the worst. McMillan nearly had the interception. He makes the tackle instead. We get stuck on the D-line on 2nd down, and Killens is going to make us pay. The Colts are on the board right after we cross the 2-minute warning. It's Andrew Killens underneath. The Colts are a team that we played them so many times in this CFM, man. We played them. This is the 7th time we have played the Colts in this CFM. We played them every single season, once in the regular season and once in the playoffs. So to say we know what the Colts like to do is probably an understatement. They're like literally a division rival for us. And, we know the Colts like to run the ball and rely on the running backs heavily, so we got to make sure we take them out the scheme first, which we've done a good job of. I mean, 31-0, got stuck on the D-line. Not much you can do about that except, try to redeem yourself. And we're going to still try to score before the end of this first half. Might as well. Here's Tate stepping up and looking for the first down. Not going to get it, but a decent gain, and we call our first timeout with 51 seconds left. Saquon Barkley does have the first down. Barkley trying to do something to get out of bounds. Cannot, and we might have to call that 2nd timeout. Maybe. No, it's actually going to be no huddle for our Dolphins. Valuable time being ticked off here, though. We are pretty close to getting in the field goal range here as Tate slowly setting up the offense. finally gets things going, and Khalil Tate downfield. Grant, touchdown. Your touchdown has been granted, and good night, Indianapolis. This one is ugly, 38-7 in the first half. Not at all what could have possibly been predicted. Now, in our matchups with the Colts, we are, 5-1 against them in the CFM. Of course, the one loss being in the playoffs, which always is a painful footnote to mention. But that was in Season 1. Like, we're on, a 4-game winning streak against these Colts. That last game we played was the AFC Championship game in our Super Bowl season, so that game we handled them pretty fairly. We played great defense in that game, and that seems to be a theme, man. I think we've been playing great defense against the Colts, and the Colts, they regressed on the defensive end against our offense. Probably didn't expect us to come out this hot and heavy passing the ball. Because like I said, man, sometimes we just come out flat. And, we just always got to come out with this kind of mindset. And, we'll punch people in the mouth in this CFM. A Saquon Barkley outside. Saquon hasn't done too much. Saquon hasn't really had many carries to do too much as Kalen Ballage gets the ball and not going to go too far. But that's all right. Because, we haven't needed a running back to do great things in this CFM. And why change that now that we traded for Saquon Barkley? Obviously we're going to rely on, the rushing game a little bit more, as we're doing right now. Saquon Barkley outside, getting away from Leonard, back in, and to the crib. Saquon Barkley, please let there be a mercy rule, because these Colts are tapping out and no one is listening. The referees are letting them get completely tortured right now. Oh man, they are literally in the torture chamber, and the only thing that can free them is the amount of time left in this game. I can only imagine on their side, this guy would love this game to be over with more than anything else in life right now. Because, they just, as we talk about coming out hot, the Colts came out flat, and they got completely demolished in that first quarter. And it's just been like, yeah, man, I don't want to play. This dude probably just wants to never play Madden for a couple of days after this. Or maybe just get in the lab and work hard and figure out, what went wrong in this game, how many things went wrong in this game. So, I mean, the thing is that we are probably going to play the Colts in the playoffs, right? We just got to assume we're probably going to play the Colts in the playoffs. So, at least, we'll be able to take this psychological edge with us into the playoffs. But we'll have to see how the Colts adjust. I'll imagine they'll try to do something, but, this one's definitely going to hurt. But like I said, man, we play the Colts every single season, twice a season. So, this is probably not the last time we play the Colts. It's the Colts and the Chargers that we somehow play every single season. So, and even the Browns. There's a couple of teams that are not in our division that we play every single season in the regular season. Just the way, division standings after a season ends and all that good stuff, as far as how matchups are determined or whether we're playing their division, all that schedule kind of stuff as we punt the ball here on 4th down. Saquon's on fire, but, we're not going to try to do anything too crazy with Saquon, because it is a 38-point game more than midway in the third quarter, as Andrew Killens trying to cut that deficit just a little bit. Andrew Killens in for his second touchdown. That's a 76-yard scamper, and that's one of those classic performances where if you have Andrew Killens on your fantasy team, you're feeling great, but everybody else in the Indianapolis Colts not so much, including, their team, and if you own the Colts defense and special teams and all that stuff, as Brashad Perriman. Speaking of special teams, a sneaky hero last week was Brashad Perriman, because he really, ignited the fire by getting that kick return touchdown, because we were kind of dead in the waters, and I don't know how we were going to score touchdowns that game if it weren't for Brashad Perriman and Ricardo Allen getting the touchdown, or the kick return touchdown and the pick six respectively. So back to the point that I was making way earlier before. I tried to make it, but the first quarter was just way too crazy. But, as defending Super Bowl champions, we just got to come out with some fire every single week and make sure, we're at least matching the energy that our opponents are bringing to the table. Because, also people kind of understand our game plan and stuff like that. We've kind of been on the big stage. So, we got to keep all of that in mind and, do what it takes to defend our Super Bowl championship, because that is obviously the goal here, to try to repeat host the Lombardi once again. And now that we got our eyes in the playoffs, we know we're going to be in the playoffs. We got to make sure, against two teams that more than likely will be in the playoffs, the Chargers and the Colts, that we kind of fine-tune ourselves heading into the playoffs. We make sure we got our P's and Q's checked, and we know we know the foundation of our team. We know the foundation of our scheme offensively and defensively. And, you know, it's good that we have this tough schedule before the playoffs because we can really learn about our team and, you know, not potentially fall asleep at the wheel, you know, blowing teams out too easily. I mean, yeah, we're blowing out the Colts, but it's good competition we're blowing out. So that feels good that we're doing that. And we got to come out with the same mindset next week against the Chargers. And, you know, hopefully things go well. We'll just have to see. You know, we're just chewing clock right now, spitting whatever we got to spit right now, just talking, chilling, and bringing in the backup quarterback? Interesting. So normally in this situation, you know, I always just put on chew clock and I run the ball every single play. But, you know, there is an option in this CFM where, you know, if you bring your backups in, just like in real life when they bring in the backup quarterback, you know, sometimes they will pass the ball. And it's like, all right, you know, the main reason why you're not allowed to pass, you know, in a blowout like this is so you don't stat pad, as we have Desmond Ridder passing the ball out of Cincinnati. That's the backup quarterback that we drafted, I believe, in the 4th round or 5th round in this year's draft, as we throw the RPO to Brashad Perriman. But yeah, you know, as long as you bring the backups in, it's not stat padding, and, you know, we can pass this ball a little bit. And this is why I want to pass. This dude literally just puts 8.5 people in the box. He's bringing the safety down. I know he's just bringing everybody. I don't want to run against that because that's just not fun. Like, you know, at the very least, I'll at least check it down to my running back. Yeah, I'm still putting on true clock. I'm not here running up the score, but I don't want to run into an 8.5 man front at the same time because that's just, you know, ridiculous for me. Like, come on, man. Like, well, I gotta sit here like this is not that much fun for me as much as it's not fun for him chewing clock in the 4th quarter. Let me have a little bit of fun with this thing. But now that we come out of the 2-minute warning, you know, no more running here. We're just gonna bring out the old grizzled veteran Ryan Fitzpatrick. Let him kneel this ball down. When you know Ryan Fitzpatrick's in the game, it's GG's, and we have ourselves officially now a victory. This game was kind of over since the 1st quarter. Kalen Ballage literally sent those guys to bed after that back Drew touchdown. That was nice to see a little Kalen Ballage out here because, you know, we have Saquon Barkley, but of course, you know, Saquon's not Superman. We're going to need our backup running back every once in a while, so let's get to know Kalen Ballage. He's still got some juice in the tank, and we can rely on him. But of course, Saquon Barkley, quiet game for him, and he still put up over 100 yards rushing. And at the end of the day, we do get the victory, and you guys see the impressive stat lines all around by our Miami Dolphins. You know, we could have even passed for more yards and stuff like that. Our passing attack was lethal that game, but, you know, obviously we had to pump the brakes. I don't think Khalil Tate passed the ball in the second half of that game. So, you know, we were kind of chilling in that second half. Still had the victory, though. Christian Wilkins, 3 first-half sacks in that one. We had, 6 sacks overall as a team, so that pass rush really come together. It's really the full package. We boxed up Aaron Rodgers. Of course, normally we go against Jacoby Brissett, so going against Rodgers was a little bit of a different animal, but, you know, we boxed up Rodgers, so that's all good. So I'll show you guys the conference standings before we head out so you guys can see exactly what the picture is looking like as far as the race for the first round bye in the AFC conference. And on that note, leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Madden 20 gameplays. Thank you guys, as always, for coming by, showing love to this CFM. 4 seasons in, you guys are still showing love, so thank you very much for that. And, you know, taking this wild and crazy ride with our Miami Dolphins, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you, as always, for watching.